everybody, Gig Guy here. So today DoorDash started offering something new in my area. They're offering the pay by the hour plan instead of pay by the delivery. Basically, you get paid an hourly rate for the time that you're actually on a delivery. In other words, from the time you click accept until the time you click drop it off. In my area, Atlanta, Georgia, the metro area is paying $11.25 an hour. I really don't see how DoorDash thinks this is a good hourly rate. I'm sure they pay more in different parts of the country, but $11.25 only while you're delivering food is just not a good rate. In other words, if I don't have a delivery in my car and I'm not on my way to a restaurant, I'm not getting paid that hourly rate. I went back and I looked at my earnings for the last 3 weeks, and here's what I found. Now remember, in this plan, you actually do get to keep 100% of your tips, just like in the pay by the order plan, but they get that hourly rate plus your guaranteed tips. You do not, however, get paid any peak time if you're going by the hour. If there are challenges going on in your market, you do get paid the challenge pay. So let's look at my last 3 weeks. So 1 week, my base pay from DoorDash, this was about 2 weeks ago, was $453.75. And I worked 27 and a half hours, so that works out to about $16 an hour. The week after that, I only made $336.50 base pay. Again, we're only looking at base pay from DoorDash. And I worked 19 hours, so that comes out to $17.71 an hour. There's tips, obviously, that I got paid on top of this. We're just looking at base pay because under either program, by the hour or by the run, you keep 100% of your tips. And lastly, so far just this last week, it was a really slow week, only $216.75 in base pay for 14 hours of work, but that still works out to $15.48 an hour. So being paid by the delivery looks obviously like it's a better deal. Now granted, I'm not cherry picking, I'm taking most of my deliveries, but I can decline up to 30% of them and still keep my top dasher status. I'm also part of the large order program, so in there are some orders that have some very good tips. But again, I don't think that would matter under the hourly program because I still keep 100% of my tips. Anyway, I'm real curious to understand exactly how this would work or what the offers would look like and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to go take orders today from 9 a.m. on under the pay by the hour plan. I did go out this morning early to try and do some runs, but there was a dense fog advisory for my area, but I thought, well, maybe it's just patchy dense fog. And I was very mistaken. The entire delivery area was blanketed with fog, and it was totally unsafe for me to even be out there. So anyway, I picked up this run at Bojangles. It was $9.50. And like I said, there was $2 peak pay established, so that's why it was probably a little higher. Got it all dropped off. It really only took me about 30 minutes to complete this delivery. So if you look at the base pay, which I'm going to include the $2.50 peak pay, I would have made $19 an hour if I would have been able to continue on that pattern. But if I would have taken this under the pay by the hour plan, I would have been paid for 30 minutes worth of time, which would have only been $5.63, and there was no tip. Let's go out today and let's just do it and see what we get. We're out on the road here, and it started a little bit before 9 o'clock because I noticed in the app that if the zone that you want to dash in is grayed out, you can only dash now. I'm a top dasher, so I can dash when it's not busy, but I would have to have scheduled, and then even schedule, I don't know if I could have gotten paid by the hour. So I just stared at the phone for a little while until the zone I was in got just slightly busy. So as you can see now, the zone is slightly busy. So I'm just gonna switch it into go mode here, and we are off. And so now we just have to wait to get our first delivery.
Eventually.
All right, so we got our first order of the day. It's Chick-fil-A, and the card is completely different. It basically doesn't tell us how much it is. So let's go pick it up. All right, so you can see that we got a $2 tip on this one. Our base pay was $3.08. And looks like we're going right back to Chick-fil-A. This one gave me a mileage. I don't think the last one did. So let's go pick that up and drop it off.
A few moments later.
All right, so we're back picking up at Chick-fil-A. This one had 3 huge, large drinks in addition to the food. And let's see how far it's going. Let's confirm it. So this one you can see it's about 7.7 miles. So okay, we completed that delivery, and $4.47, no tip. So that was not very good. Let's move on. Well, we're only 2 orders in, and I'm already beginning to think that this is, as I suspected, not a good way to make money. So we have $9.55 in, but we've probably been on the road for about an hour, close to an hour. So making $9 an hour is not a good thing. But we're studying this. The whole idea here is to study this to see if A, our assumptions are right, or B, if there's any other different behavior in the algorithm. Perhaps we're going to stay busier. They'll give us more runs than they'd give the average dasher. So we'll have to look at our, total actual earned at the end of the day. It certainly seems like it's a loser right now, but we'll have to check it out at the end of the day and see where we really stand. We're here at Cracker Barrel to pick up this one here. This is a place I don't pick up normally at anyway. This is an automatic decline for me unless it's just a unicorn order. They're always slow, it's always a long wait, but we're being paid by the hour. So I guess if we're gonna pick it up anytime, we'll pick it up now. All right, so they were actually ready. So I've got the food. Only just had to wait in line for a little bit while people are buying their jingle jangles. As you can see, this is about an 8-mile trip. I was almost at the restaurant when they gave it to me, so it's 7.7 miles to the customer's destination. So on a run like this, I would expect to get paid about $8, hopefully more than $8. So we'll see what this one works out to once I get the base pay and the tip. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. The drop has been made. $5.72 of base pay. And no tip. That sucks. So I started thinking to myself after I dropped off that Cracker Barrel one, that $5.72 payout, that pretty much means I probably spent almost 30 minutes or a little more than 30 minutes on that delivery because it was no tip and it was about half of $11.25. So yeah, real depressing to use that much time and not get a tip. I think it feels real weird to not know what you're getting into on each of these. You're just accepting and you're really hoping for the best. Okay, so we just got this one. It's Walgreens, it's Shop and Deliver. DoorDash waited until I was literally in front of the store before it gave it to me. They probably had been holding this order for a while. Would have been nice if they could have just given it to me and let me have some of that driving time up here to the Walgreens. I was just heading to a hot spot and they waited until I got here before they gave it to me so they could pay me the least amount possible. So it's not going very far. I think the distance for the delivery was only about a mile too. So let's go pick it up. All right, so this one was a real short delivery. It went less than a mile. Only took me about 5 minutes to do. $2.11, no tip. I think we've pretty much figured out that this program is a loser. We don't need to do this any longer. $17.38. Yeah, we're done. Hey everybody, so we're back from our shift today. It ended up being actually a pretty nice day today once we started going back to buy the delivery order. We got some really good runs, ended up finishing early. But let me just show you exactly how much we made while we were doing the hourly breakup. So we were actually on the road pretty close to about 90 minutes. And you can see what we made there. It just was garbage, I mean, we were barely making the guaranteed hourly rate. We only had 4 deliveries, and only one of those deliveries had a tip attached to it. And it seemed like we were a little bit busy, but I mean, when you're just driving long distances for $11 an hour, it's not worth it. You'd almost be better off just doing short trips and having a little bit of lag time in behind. The big difference for me is that I just felt a little bit blind. When you pay by the order, you get presented with an offer and you know how much money it is, and you know in your head, okay, I'm going to either take this or I'm not going to take this. And you know before you even started working what you're going to be making. With pay by the hour, you know what you're going to be making, but you feel kind of blind because you have no idea if anybody's tipping. In the pay by the order system, you can tell if an order has a tip attached to it just by the amount that's on the order. That's just how it works with DoorDash. You know that if it says $2.50, that's pretty much the base rate. You're not going to get a tip. And if it says $5 and you're having to drive about 5 to 10 miles to get there, you know that's probably not a tip. The numbers with tips, they start above that amount, like $10 or so. If you see, a $7 or a $10 one and it's going about 5 or 6 miles, then you go, okay, this one probably has a tip attached to it. So my final rating on the pay by the hour, at least at $11.25, that's a big loser. And I couldn't really tell specifically if DoorDash was giving me crap orders because I didn't take enough of them. I had taken 3 out of 4, so 75% of the orders that I got were crap orders. That was enough for me to say that it sure felt like they were just giving me the bad ones. No way to really know for sure, unfortunately. If you like what you're seeing on this channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We just crossed the 600 subscriber threshold, so welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing and watching the videos. And feel free to leave something in the comments. If there's something you'd like to see me do out here or have any questions about DoorDashing, I'd be happy to answer them. I answer almost every comment that I get. Thanks for watching. Take care.